So thank you everybody for joining us. This is part of our COVID and Cancer Woman to Woman series. And we have a great topic today. This is COVID makeup for cancer patients. So we're covering a lot of ground and a lot of territory here today. I know people already have questions and topics that they want to see covered. But let's introduce our speaker today, who is an absolutely perfect person to be doing this. And I had to go over the pronunciation. So it's Katusha, and she said you can also call her Katie or Kate. But I said we're going to go for the full thing. So hopefully I did it correctly. So Katusha Rosado is the founder of Aura Beauty and Cosmetics. She was born and raised in Switzerland, where her passion for makeup started 23 years ago. She worked for a lot of different big companies, and she can share more details about that. But in Zurich, she started to give makeup classes for cancer patients. And she did that for about 15 years before moving to the US. In December of 2019, she founded Aura Cosmetics, Aura Beauty and Cosmetics. She is here with us today, and she has a very robust Facebook community. We already have the address of her Facebook community. She offers free workshops and free groups there, is available to answer questions. And again, it's completely free. So it's a great resource for people who have cancer during this time of COVID, who are looking to get their questions answered and looking for resources about beauty, beauty products, beauty questions, and things like that. Katusha, thank you so much for being with us today. I'll let you fill in any blanks in the introduction that I might have missed, and if you want to tell people who you are, and then we could jump right in, because I know we have very eager and interested participants with us.
Thank you so much, Rachel, and all of you. Thank you for having me today. Like Rachel said, my name is Katusha Rosado. I go by Katie, Kat, Kate. I listen basically to almost everything, so it's absolutely fine. I know Katusha is a little difficult sometimes to spell it out, so it's absolutely fine. I am born and raised in Switzerland. My parents are Italians, and I have a Dominican husband, so we are extremely international here. And yes, my makeup passion started 23 years ago back in Switzerland, where I used to work for fashion shows, for TV shows, and bridal, and I did all kinds of things in my career. And then working with cancer patients of 23 years, I worked with them in Switzerland for 15 years. So this is absolutely not a new topic for me. And why do I work with cancer patients? Because my mom went through cancer. And on that time, she didn't have somebody that would teach her about products, ingredients, and what she can use and what she cannot use. So when I started as a makeup artist, that was my first thought, is how can I help women in that stage with makeup? And makeup is not only a beauty appearance thing, but it could help as well in a healing process. It's the same thing as we have a cold, we don't look good, we don't feel good, we just feel like, ugh. And if we just put our favorite lipstick on, the whole visual or the whole perspective of how we look or feel inside, it changes completely. And especially for me to give a piece of it, like how to learn to recreate your own eyebrows, is extremely important, because permanent makeup comes to the window a year after the treatment. So you can't do it during the treatment nor right after. So if you don't have eyebrows, or if they are too thin, what are you going to do? And there is a lot of women, they have to go to work, they have to function, and somehow they also have to look good, especially if they work with customers and clients. So not everybody is makeup pro, or not everybody knows how to do that. So that's why I'm here to teach you just a little glimpse of it, or just show you where you can get it, how you can get it, and somehow where you can learn it as well. It takes practice, but you can get there. So you don't need to be a makeup artist to learn how to fix your own eyebrows. The important thing is, let's say, key is for a good makeup is a good skincare. So even though you go to treatment or radiation, it's still extremely important to use skincare. So never forget your hydration. That's a must, even more during that time, because our skin gets extremely thin and it changes a lot. It changes on color, it changes on how it is built up, and so many things. So hydration is absolutely key. And if you want to look good with your makeup, you need a good base. It's like you're building a house. You need, the basement comes first, then comes the first floor, the second floor, and that's how you have to build up on your skin as well, even if you use makeup. I recommend you to go as natural, not in colors, but in ingredients, as natural as possible. You cannot buy everything or whatever you want to. You have to be extremely careful with ingredients. I come from Switzerland, where Switzerland is extremely, you can't use everything in cosmetics. And I see a little swift here in the United States, it's way more allowed. And that's how I started my own research when I did my own label, because it's difficult even to say, okay, I have a vegan product, but is it really vegan? Is it very natural or not? There's also a lot of products that you see, okay, it's vegan, but somehow they have some sort of ingredients in it that is not 100% vegan. I'm also here if you have any questions, not today, but in a week or in a couple days, and you have something at home that you really want to know, can I use that? You always can email me. You'll find me on Facebook, on Instagram. You can always text me, Kat, I need your input on this, and I'm open to help anyone. So how do we create our own eyebrows? If they're not existing anymore, we have our eyebrow bone, which it gives us a little direction on where to set them up. Eyebrows have to be in between our nose and where our forehead starts. So right in the middle, you find your eyebrows. That's where you have to connect it. How to paint them? You can use, or you should use, a brown shadow. It can be also a matte dark brown or a medium brown eyeshadow, which has to be completely matte. And you need an angle brush. And as well, I would say a liquid liner, because then you can like really draw the strokes on it. With the shadow, it's easier to fill it, but with the liquid liner, you just have like little strokes, or even with a pencil. Use products that are smudge proof, water resistant, because other than that, you just go ahead with your hand somehow in your face, and then boom, you don't have any eyebrows anymore. Or you just, it looks crooked, halfway done and halfway somewhere else. I'll take my brush and I'll dip into the color. I always put it first on my hand because I don't want to have too much color on my brush. So how do I define the high points and the low points? We have high points, which are up here, and we have the low points, and then we connect an eyebrow. I'm just going to do it above my eyebrow so you can see it. So the first one, we have to see and connect where it begins, the eyebrow. So it goes actually with our nose up here.
Oh, wow.
That's right there.
Oh, wow.
Then I have to do my high point, which is not right in the middle, but it's a little after. It's like left of 3/4 of the eye. It goes from the same point right here, or actually better here. Just put it here and just go like in a 45 angle. And that's where I do my second dot. And then I need the finish point, which is, it has to go exactly where our eye ends. It goes straight up. So mine are always missing like a little bit. And it's still, it goes from here to the end of my eye, and it goes straight here. So let's say I don't have any eyebrows. If I'm missing this, the points are exactly on top of my bone, the high points. The lower points will go not right underneath, because then we will be on our eyelid, but just an inch underneath. So I just go with the tip. And I actually can also use this kind of measurements, the top and the low. This is the lower point. Here it goes right here, and this one stays for both. So now we have to connect them. I start here. Right there. This is basically more or less pretty straight. And then here I go like a little bit around it, and then I go straight down. Underneath. Like this. And it has to close. From here to here, you can, it's basically like a triangle. It opens and closes. And here it's like a rectangle. Nice. Now the arch, we decide how pointy we want the arch, how rounded we want the arch. We just fix that by going and by doing it. And if we have a shadow, we just go with our fingers and we actually can clean it up. Like this. So what I do, I take the liquid one. It's like an eyeliner tip. This one is a brown. And you go based on your hair. So if you have a dark brown hair, you should use from dark brown. Not really black. Black is too much. If you're blonde or like a medium brown, you go from, you can even mix blonde and medium brown together. And now we do the strokes. So our hairline grows this way up till here. And then from here to here, it grows from up to down. So we gotta go this side. I start with the first one. And the strokes are made not from the outer lines, but inside. So from the inside to the inside. You just curve the stroke. Make it longer. This. And then here, I'll do it basically down and up and down. like this. I can go in between with some shorter ones, like this. And if I want, I can still take my color, just making sure I barely have color. Like I clean my brush and I go in between and just fill it up. Like this. At the end, I'm going and cleaning completely my eyebrow. There you go. I would use a brown or a light brown. That also works. Absolutely. I would not go too light, but also not too dark. So with silver here, we have to find like the golden middle, like something in between, which is not always easy. I always say if you buy a pencil, put it on your skin. I mean, I know now because of pandemic, we cannot use tester. We cannot try out testers. So it makes everything more difficult. What I also do and always did, New York City, North New Jersey area, I can go with you to the store and I can tell you exactly what to use. So you just tell me the day, the time, and I'll be there.
So nice. Thank you. That is a lovely offer. I'm sure you will get someone to take you up on that, but that is really, really lovely. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I mean, I know how difficult it is. And I always go from the point of view what my mom passed and what I saw what the women in Switzerland passed. Switzerland is a little bit different as the United States. And I explained that to you, Rachel, last time. Switzerland gives the cancer patient a lot. They receive 3 weeks a year. They have a list where they send cancer patients to. For example, they have a lot of nutritionists that work with them. They have esthetician, they have permanent makeup people, they have all kinds of lists, and they always direct the people exactly where to go. I really hope that this is my main goal. I want to reach this in the United States to get like a list like that of professional that you know exactly where to go with any kinds of issues you guys have. Because I think it is very important. And even if you have sometimes skincare problems, I used to have so many patients that were saying, you know, I'm using this cream, but this is somehow not working. And then when you see the cream, you just, oh no, you cannot use that right now. So we got to go in a different direction. But this is only the job of a professional. I also know that nobody teaches you how to draw your own eyebrows, and it takes time. It takes a lot of practice. You have to play to see with your brush and how to go. And it's only learning by doing. So as soon as you have the handle out with your brush, it gets very easy and you have your brows done in a couple minutes.
Patricia, but someone put a question in, are there stencils for eyebrows?
There are stencils, yes, and I'm working actually on to put out a stamping system, so it's way easier for you. Just put your stencil on, you just stamp it, and there it is, the eyebrow. And I'm working on to have a stamp, a powder, a vegan powder is extremely difficult to get it. And this is actually what I'm dealing with. I'm trying to figure out how can we do this as best as possible.
That's great. And you mentioned a couple times you talked about permanent options, because I know that there are some women that really don't ever get their eyebrows back. You know, they might get little, wisps, but they don't ever get a full eyebrow back. Can you talk about more permanent options?
Absolutely. I mean, permanent makeup is an absolutely amazing option, but you can only do it after a year after your treatment. So if you finish now your treatment at the end of September, it's going to be 2022, the end of September, that you can consider to have permanent makeup. Permanent makeup is nothing else that we can go as, it's very similar to a tattoo. The only thing is that microblading, microshading, permanent makeup, they're all the same family. They just have different kind of names at the end of the day. But it is very old. It's not that young. Even microblading is not that young. It's pretty old. They just sell it for new, but it's not. And if you choose to do that, it is extremely important that who works with permanent makeup, with microblading, ask where are the colors coming from. So anything that they say, oh, it's made in China. No. Mm-mm. Not because it's China, but because the ingredients are not always clean. And it has to be a mineral permanent makeup color. Why mineral? Because it's made natural and it fades off differently. We do not use the same color as a person that does tattoos. And who makes a tattoo, it has silicone in it. So we cannot use that because we go on the first epidermis, we don't go deeper inside. And because we want that the color fades off after a certain time. So usually you do it and you have from 4 to 6 weeks, or sometimes 8 weeks, you have the second treatment where you retouch the first job. And then you go approximately to from 1 year to 2 years, you go and refresh it every time. And you can do your eyebrows, you can do your eyeliner, you can do your lips. I used to cover up the scars. Whoever had breast cancer, I always covered up all the scars. We can pigment the scar. It was more of a psychology effect, so they don't see physically the scar, and it's different for them. But it's a huge job. Having something like that, considering it's a work that it takes a long time and a lot of sessions. So.
Right. And as long as we're talking about the eye area, can you talk about lashes a little bit and, how people can compensate if their lashes are thinning or if their lashes, have fallen out?
I would use magnet lashes. Or strip lashes now are made different. They have an eyeliner and then you apply the lash on top of the eyeliner. It's glue free. Let's say it like that. You don't have to use the glue. You don't have to apply the glue. You just do a nice eyeliner. It doesn't need to be that perfect. And then you just apply the eyelash on top. And it lasts as long as the whole day when you take them off again. And just clean your face. I personally don't work with diabetics people, not because we could not. You have to consider, you need a paper from the doctor where the doctor says, yes, you can. Mm-hmm. But because we open up with the needle, we basically open up the skin. So your skin takes a long time to recover. And during the process of working on your eyebrows, it could be that your eyebrows are bleeding a lot. Mm-hmm. And that means that the color doesn't go in as we want to. So the end product, it might not be the same as somebody that is non-diabetic.
And in terms of just general eye makeup, are there any other makeup tips if people either aren't comfortable drawing on a full eyebrow or aren't comfortable putting on, fake lashes, that can sort of mimic it without doing, the full, the lashes. I mean, again, I've heard of people who wear glasses because then you can cover up, but any things with makeup that would be useful tips or tricks related to the eyelashes and brows?
I mean, eyelashes have different lengths as well and different kind of styles. I always recommend the most natural one and not go with the fancy ones. We start always by natural, and then as more confident we get, as more we can test them out or just do differently. That's what people usually think, oh, they touch my glasses, but lashes, they never do touch unless they extremely long, then yes. But natural one, they would never get to your glasses. On eyebrows, if you have a water resistant one, nothing happens to with the glasses. So they stay there. As soon as it's dry, I mean, even this one, I can go on, it's dry. I don't even have color on my finger. I just have the color from the powder one, but not the liquid one. So get a water resistant one or a smudge proof that it says it's smudge proof. In terms of if somebody doesn't want absolutely no lashes, which is also okay. I'm sorry. Sorry. You can play around also with eyeshadow, but that goes on what kind of colors, pearl and matte. I always play around with pearly ones and matte ones. It depends also on the skin, how open your eyes is. It's like more a complex thing. Then I always say if somebody doesn't want absolutely no lashes, I always make a consultation so that I see the person. And then I go from there. I need to physically see somebody that can say, okay, I recommend you this, this, and this in the eyeshadow palette, or absolutely not.
And there is a question in the chat, bless you. There is a question in the chat that there are some products that seem to be very effective in terms of regrowing, bless you, eyelashes. Is there anything equivalent like that for growing eyebrows?
Not during treatment and not right after. Also wait a little bit and consult your doctor first. That's extremely important.
That's helpful. There is another question.
I'm sorry, but my allergy.
It is a bad
right
allergy
now.
though. Someone is asking about Aura beauty products, specifically where to buy them, but maybe that's a good lead in because I know you did want to talk specifically about not just Aura, but beauty products in general, what you put on your skin, what you don't put on your skin, and what cancer patients should be aware of when choosing any beauty product. So thank you, Julie. That was an excellent lead in to our next topic.
I mean, I recommend vegan products. You can buy anything that is vegan. Too Faced is coming up with an amazing vegan line, which is found in Sephora and Ulta. It doesn't let me. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I gotta close the window.
No, I can always talk, and if you need to take a break for a second.
Yeah, sorry. It never happens, but I don't know why exactly right now. So,
no problem.
If you want to consultate with a professional, always go for it. If you are in a store like Sephora and you don't know where to go or where to find them, absolutely ask. That's why they're there, and that's why they have to help you out. On the package, it says there has to be a sign, cruelty-free and vegan. So if the sign vegan is there, just look that it's paraben-free, that it has absolutely no parabens in it. Usually vegan products never have any parabens But like I said before, it can always slip something in. So just make sure you don't find any parabens in it, and then you're good to go.
What is, when they say cruelty free, what does that mean exactly? Because I've definitely seen that on cosmetics before and I wasn't sure. I mean, obviously it sounds good, but what does that mean?
No testing on animals at all. Makeup is being tested as well on animals, and that's really bad. I hope they don't do it anymore, but we still have to make sure that really is a non-testing on animals. That's what it means, cruelty-free. Vegan is no animal ingredients in it at all. So it comes from roots, flowers, vegetables, that kind of origin.
And why is that especially important for cancer patients?
I think it's important in general, not only for cancer patients, but because some animal ingredients are not good for our skin, and especially because then we use, parabens, we use silicones, we use this and we use that. And I also say don't go for the most expensive one and don't go for the cheapest one. Just find something in between. And when it says also vegan, the ingredients are the process where how they are made is completely different as the regular ones, because you have to dry that flower or that root in a certain way to get then the that ingredients to make it and work it on it. So it's a whole process, and it takes extremely longer, and you don't have any preservatives in it. So that's why when you buy a product, don't use it longer as 3 months. I would even say a vegan product not longer than 2 months, just be in that 1 to 2 months. Because it can be dangerous for your skin. It gives you allergies. It gives you eczemas. It gives you any kind of thing. And especially non-vegan there are preservatives in it. It has isopropyl. It has formaldehyde. It has parabens in it. And that's actually what it helps to cause cancer. So if we take cancer away, but we still nurturing our skin with that kind of toxic ingredients, we just take it away for a while, and then it could come back just because of that, because we're giving and giving and giving. And our skin is our biggest organ, our largest organ, and that's what it absorbs everything we give it.
And I know you and I were talking before we started. Can you talk about through the year some of the most common issues that you've seen cancer patients have with their skin, and questions that they've had about beauty products and kind of how to compensate for those? Because I'm sure some of the issues that you've seen are women have experienced or been experiencing.
People don't know. I mean, they go to the store and they just pick whatever they like it's the smell, it's sometimes the bottle, it's the packaging. So you don't really think what is in it. I'm an absolutely advocate on try to find the good ones. And then I see a lot of people with rashes, burns. And the question is, I can barely touch it because it hurts. And when it hurts, is even the water is important. Don't use too much hot water, not too cold. Go always find the midway. The towel, it has to be clean, first of all, every day a clean towel for your face. And it can't be, it has to be a very soft, nice towel. They sell even now like paper towels for the face, which are very soft made, and it's with cotton, and you just use it and then you dump it in the trash, and it's uh, by
Biodegradable.
exactly. And so it's good for the planet too. We do two good things. We do something good for our face, and at the same time we do something good for our planet. And as well, it's clean. Don't store your towels into the bathroom, because we have a lot of bacteria and a lot of things that we don't want to have on our face. And this is the most common problem when it comes to cancer patients, that, oh, I use always the same towel. So, okay. But you know what is on top of that? So you have to be careful with that. Or even brushes, we don't store them in the bathroom, or if you do in the bathroom, then it has to be in a cabinet where it's closed and nothing comes on it. Clean your brushes once a week. It's important. Make them bacteria free, because it's what it gives you pimples, rashes, that's eczemas, that's what it comes from, the brush. Have a skincare routine morning and night. It's also very important, and it changes between springtime, summertime. You use something different than during the winter. And never forget your sunscreen blocker. Always has to be on it.
Can you talk about sunscreen for a few minutes?
Sure. Sunscreen, we have a lot of companies. We have a lot of, you find them basically everywhere. Makeup has sunscreen in it as well. It doesn't mean if the makeup or foundation has sunscreen that you are not supposed to wear it underneath your makeup. You just do your skincare routine, then you apply your sunscreen. I will go on the face from 50 and up. If you can get as close as to 70 and 90, it's perfect. Add your sunscreen. If you find one, there's different textures. There's like milk, creamy ones. There's like gel ones right now. I would prefer more a gel consistency, because it absorbs faster and easier, and you don't get that white film on your skin, so it stays clear and nice, and it doesn't transpire on your makeup. You can also mix your sunscreen with your foundation, and you get a kind of a BB cream, a CC cream. So it's very light and thin. Are makeup remover throwaway clothes okay for your skin? Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you need to cleanse after using makeup remover? Yes. That cloth makeup remover doesn't take everything away. I would even recommend you to use a cleanser that it does, it has a dual phase. It does cleaning and as a makeup remover. So you have like 2-in-1, and you're not going to be too harsh on your skin. So it's just one thing that you use with your finger, you apply it, you massage it into your skin, and then you wash it off.
There's so much helpful information. I just wrote down to add a new makeup brush to my Amazon cart, because I definitely do not clean once a week. I'm not even close. In fact, I don't remember the last time I did. So I'm just getting a new brush and starting from scratch.
How to wash them? You can use baby shampoo or a bar soap that is like the ones you find them in Latinos. It's like a guava soap.
Mm-hmm.
In the Latinos market, they sell it. It's like an orangey bar soap, and you just go on that and you can wash it. But baby shampoo does it perfectly for the bristles. So, and then you just take out the water excess and you just let it dry on a towel. overnight. That's the best way. So no no scratching on it, no, as less you be harsh on the bristles, as longer they last with you. I have brushes with me since 23 years, so I never put them away. And I think I will keep them as long as I can, because those are my first brushes and where everything started. So I just wanted to keep them. This one is one of it, 23 years and still going.
That's amazing. Wow.
Any facial mask that you recommend? Yes, there is. I personally don't have a line, but I'm thinking about one day to have a line too. But I'm working, I collaborate right now with a German brand, which I'm very, I'm excited. I'm actually having the mask right now here. And I love it because it has a scrub in it and the mask. It's extremely gentle. I don't know if you can see it. It has like little scrubbing pearls, and they're extremely gentle, and it smells incredibly, and it has to hydrate. Any mask that is high in hydrating is what you have to go for it.
And how often should you use a mask?
Once a week.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a name of a brand that we can purchase? And,
Oh, you can
maybe
purchase that in the United States. If you can write me an email, I'll leave you my email here. Can I write in the, is that okay, Rachel?
Yes, absolutely.
There you go. You can email me what you need and what you want, and I will send you all the links and informations where to get what.
Thank you so much. So someone did ask before specifically about Aura products, and if you could tell us a little bit about the products, and someone's asking where she can buy them.
So Aura was before the name was Care Cosmetics, which was my initial. It's not even here because this is a prototype, but it had my initial. So I rebranded and I sold out completely everything. And honestly, my lab that I was working with, it didn't make it through pandemic. And I found out that during the summer in August. Right now, I found another lab that is working with me, or I'm working with them, but it's a whole process. It's testing and all that kind of stuff. I'm working also on a website. So Aura Cosmetics products are gonna come out, I hope, at the end of October, beginning November. And if you take my email and you send me your email, I will put you in the list. And as soon as it comes out again, I will send you all the informations with the website, where to get and what is coming out, especially.
And I know that you said that you have a free webinar, I guess, or workshop coming up on reclaiming your beauty. Can you just talk a little bit, maybe give us kind of a teaser? Again, this is free for anyone who's interested, but can you talk about what that means, reclaiming your beauty, and some tips that we could do that, and maybe kind of a teaser for the larger workshop?
So my own my Facebook group, which is for cancer patients reclaiming their beauty, has that name because I think you have to find your new beauty or your new you during cancer, and especially after, because you're going through treatment and it's pretty difficult. So it's not the same as it was before any cancer treatment. So that's why reclaiming again your beauty, find your beauty again. And I will have a summit from October 27th to November 5th. And I will have every day a guest speaker, which is the first one is a guest speaker that I dearly know. She is a coach, and she is a mindset coach. And I think all good things starts with a good mindset. So you have to be also, in matter to shine bright with your makeup, you have to work on with that. So we have a mindset coach. I have as well an aesthetic surgeon from Germany. She speaks perfectly English. She works with breast cancer patients, exactly. So her group of patients are breast cancer. Then I have a woman that shows you how you can massage your face and get rid of excess water into your face, which is also extremely important. It is also a big role when you go through certain treatments, you blow up and you're bloated, and that's what it shows on your skin. And with some sort of massages, you can take that excess off. Then I have a nutritionist as well, where it helps like with what can I eat, what I don't eat during that time. I have a skincare specialist. So this summit is more like, not from my perspective of view, but from all the experts that I know, and from their view to give you some good information and how to cope during that time.
That's great. I think that's really interesting when you talk about reclaiming your beauty. I'm wondering, just to put a question out to the group, how many of you feel that you look different after your diagnosis and treatment than before? I see hands.
Yeah, me.
I'm wondering if you're willing to unmute yourself. Joan is saying, oh, yes, you're willing to unmute yourselves and maybe talk about that a little bit, because it's definitely, it's something that I hear, people talking about, their hair looking different, maybe being a different color, a different texture, their skin looking different, gaining weight, losing weight, even their coloring being different. So, Joan, you seem to have strong opinions. I'm wondering if you would mention.
This is a huge thing. I 2 months ago, I actually spoke with an oncologist from Germany, and I asked her opinion on collagen and what she thinks of. And she said, actually, Kat, it's the best a cancer patient can get, even the ones who has no cancer, because it helps you with your wrinkles. It helps you with hydration. Even collagen stores hydration into your skin, so we don't lose it that fast. And actually, collagen from after 25 years, it's when it goes down, that we don't start to reproduce it anymore. We still do, but only in the morning. It's a fun fact. I don't know why, but our cells produce it only in the morning. So in the afternoon, from 4 o'clock-ish in around, it doesn't get produced anymore unless you're young. And she also recommended me drink it from 4 o'clock on, and you're perfectly fine every day. Mm-hmm. And usually patients or clients that I see, they take collagen, or let's say vitamins in general, it helps extremely to flourish your skin and to help with anything. Our stomach is our second brain. If that doesn't function the right way, our cells are not functioning. So take your vitamins every day and take your collagen every day. Mm-hmm. And it's good for hair, for eyebrows. It helps the process of the cells to work faster again. If you write me an email, I'll give you not the capsules collagen, but you need the powder one. Mm-hmm. And usually they were pretty nasty, but I found one that the taste is berries. So a cream that has collagen is never as effective as something that you take into you, like oral.
Mm-hmm.
So it can work, but not as deep as it has to.
Okay. Thank you.
It's amazing. I just like put into Amazon collagen powder. I mean, there are ones that come up 126,000 reviews. I mean, these are very popular products right now. I'm glad we're talking about it.
Extremely.
Thank you for making yourself so available to people even after this, because I'm sure that people will have follow-up questions. Katusha, thank you for sharing your expertise, your passion, your talents, and your resources with all of us. And most importantly, thank you for sharing yourself, because you have clearly many, many years of experience working with cancer patients, and you're very familiar with the issues that come up. And it's really been a pleasure learning from you. I think that, again, the eyebrow segment was something very needed. We have not had that in any other forum. And I can tell we all learned a lot. I know that I did. So thank you. Thank you all for being here today. I look forward to seeing you all on future Zooms with your eyebrows and your plumped up and hydrated faces. And I think the advice that Katusha, said at the end just now, you take care of yourself by eating well and hydrating and using, clean products, and asking your doctor about anything kind of outside of that. I think that's great advice, no matter what the topic. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. And thank you all for listening to me. And I hope to see you all soon again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great
Bye.
night.
Bye, Rachel. Take care.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.